Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to one of my favourite races of the weekend. We're here with the week, sorry. We're with the XCL family again for the Saturday afternoon double sprint race, which is one of my favourites. If you are over in the US currently, we're back at our normal 4 p.m. start time. So, good morning, or it's still good morning, to all of you guys over there, and good afternoon to everyone else watching in Europe. I love the double sprint on Saturday. I think it's the only double sprint we do actually in the week, although I may be wrong there. There might be another one, I think, sometime in the week. I'm not sure, but this is the one I get to broadcast, and it's basically we have a 50-minute qualifying session underway now, and then it's followed by two 15-minute sprint races. No pit stops or anything like that, so it's literally just a straight out 15 minutes, normally 7 or 8 laps depending on which track you're on, of just pure qualifying pace, and then basically and then once all the first race is over, it all resets and you go again. The only good thing about this one is, like I said, is the qualifying that you do now. That will be the only qualifying session for both races, so wherever you qualify in this session now will be the starting position you have for both races. So even if you were down in 20th and you won the first race, you would then have to start the second race again from 20th. So qualifying is very, very important if you want to have a relatively good couple of sprint races, but obviously it's by no means the end, especially as today we are here with I think this is XCL's first ever 40 car double sprint. We had 40 RSVPs. I think the numbers are currently standing at 32, which is a good number. So that's 32 drivers, which is still the biggest field we've ever had in a double sprint race. So I'm really excited. Around Monza, I think we're probably going to see some sort of chaos down into turn 1, inevitably, and then hopefully by the second race they'll have learned not to actually crash into each other. But I would like to think that would be the case, but I very much doubt it. Dick Trickle is in the chat saying hello, you all. So hello, Dick Trickle. Trickle, I forgot to actually post my link in the stream channel, so I don't know if you get a chance just to pop it in there. But most of the people that probably would be watching the stream are probably racing in it right now. So, but yeah, we're out here. Currently we're just riding with HSR Storm. He is currently on the first flying lap of everyone out there. And then he looked pretty quick in practice, if I'm honest, so he's probably going to end up being the he's going to be up there in contention for the pole sitter. HSR Storm probably being one of the fastest drivers at XCL, but we have quite a few interesting names out there. I mean, Champ of Hal is obviously back doing his first double sprint since being out of Xbox jail, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. He's normally pretty, normally up there looking pretty racy. Nanny's quite frequent as well with the double sprints, as well as Mark Music, Lynch, a lot of the familiar names out there that we will keep an eye on as the qualifying does unfold, and then obviously as the two races go. I don't know if HSR Storm did default his lap, but we are just going to ride down with him now. Let's see if he is on a... No, yeah, he did default it, so we will ride with Gianbressi, because Gianbressi is one of the drivers that looks like he is still on a flyer. Gianbressi is also quite close to potentially being able to promote himself up to silver, I believe, so he'll be looking to have a good race out there today. As he crosses the line, BMW sets a 1:48.4, and then Gianbressi goes behind 1 second off the pace currently. Like I said, HSR Storm did default his lap, so we'll have to keep an eye on the other drivers as they cross the line now. Some of the times just start pouring in, but let's have a look and see who else is out there. So, I think, Zeppa 87, another one of our quick XCL drivers. I fully expect him to be up there in the top 5 potentially, and he's just coming around to set his first flying lap. With 32 cars out there, and Monza being a relatively short track, I think we will see a lot of people tripping over each other. As in relation to things like Spa and stuff, where you've got a lap which is just below 2 minutes 20. Here you've got 1 minute 48 laps, so it's I think we'll probably see a 1:47 pole time as Zeppa crosses the line 2.2 seconds off the pace. But like I said, he'll just try and find himself a good position out there, and then see where he can go. Just trying to qualifying these guys. So it looks like Lynch is coming around to finish his first qualifying time. He's sticking with that Ferrari. Like I said, in the early days of the double sprints, he was in the Porsche, but he has recently, over the last week or so, changed to the Ferrari, and he seems to be getting quicker and quicker with it. So we'll see how he gets on today. But his first qualifying session has left something to the imagination, 5.3 seconds off the pace. Who else is coming around now? So we have, what's the number 17 car? Number 17 car of Alex Stecker. Alex Stecker, a good midfield driver. So I think, yeah, again, I mean, we've got so many good drivers out here today. It's hard to pick who's probably going to finish, you know, up in the top 5, top 10. But yeah, Alex Stecker definitely has the ability to get up there and do that. So he comes around. Let's see what kind of time he can set. At the minute, we've got like a 7.6 second field spread, but we will. I'm sure that'll all narrow itself down, because this is quite a easy track in the sense that it's not that demanding on your driver ability, as Alex Stecker does go pole with a 147.9. I did say we would probably see a 147 today. Let's see what... yeah, Nani's out there, and he hasn't set a time yet, so we'll see if he's out there now currently. As Partik is in the chat. Hello, Partik, how you doing? But yeah, Nani's coming across the line now. He sets his first representative time, and that will put him up into 3rd place, 0.2 off the pace. Yeah, so I fully expect Nani to be in the double sprints. Nani's always up there, probably in the sort of top 5. So that's where you would expect him to be today. I think Nani is Italian as well, so this is his home circuit. Let's have a look and see where Comaco's on the back of the track at the minute. Where's the number 919 car? That is of Acorn, or so no, oh no, looks like he's gone into the pits there. Oh no, it's not, no, sorry, Guerrilla Radio, sorry, it's the 919 car. Yeah, so he's coming around now. Guerrilla Radio, I think he might be Italian as well, potentially. So we have got a few Italians, quite a few Italians actually in the field, because I know recently in XCL we have upgraded our community chat pages to have a Italian section for just for the Italian drivers to speak in Italian. So yeah, Guerrilla Radio's in there, and he pops himself up to 10th place, which is a nice little qualifying lap for him. So many drivers out here that haven't set a time yet. Where is Comaco currently? So he's in the pits again. Salient G is coming around. Salient G in the 240 Audi. He's coming around to set his first time of the day. Let's see where he can do. I think Salient G and people like Lynch and stuff quite have good battles out here. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I'm good, Partik. Yeah, just looking forward to covering these double sprints. How are you doing? How come you're not out here racing today? Salient G goes 5 seconds off the pace in 21st place. Let's see who else is potentially out there. Haven't set a time. We'll ride with MCR. MCR, and again, another quick driver, can easily get himself up in the top 5 for sure. As if he can get that Porsche dialed in. But yeah, we'll ride with him now and see what he can do on his first lap time. I think we also have a mention here to V2 Cryptic. Currently hasn't set a time yet, but I believe this is his rookie debut, so we'll keep an eye on him, and I'll introduce him properly as the qualifying unfolds. But, well, yeah, as we go through the order at the start of the race. But, yeah, as MCR comes around now, let's see what he can do. There is still about a 7-second field spread. It looks like most people are within 5 seconds of the fastest times, which is good. That'll keep you in the hunt. As MCR crosses the line, he goes 17th, 2.4 seconds off the pace. But just to fill you in on your top 10 currently, we have HP with a 147.8, followed by Alex Stecker in 2nd. Rich has gone in 3rd. Nani 4th. We have Skunk in 5th. Champ of How is in 6th place. BMW 7th. Driver 206 is in 8th. Albertolli is in 9th. And then Zero C's rounds out the top 10 currently. But I think that's all going to change in the next 6 minutes. So where is Cryptic? Yeah, so we did say Cryptic is one of the drivers out there that hasn't set a qualifying time yet, but he is actually in his rookie race so far. So we will watch him and see if he can set a good time on his first lap round. Yeah, Partik saying that he's stuck at work. Otherwise, he would have really been loved to have been racing today. But yeah, he is unfortunately going to miss out on some action today. But I mean, work can't be that stressful though, Partik, if you're watching the stream. I won't complain. As we see Cryptic go up to 24th place. Yeah, he's 5 seconds off the pace, but at least he's set that representative time, so he's on the board. Let's have a look at Comaco now. He's around the start. Where's Subsonic 10? They're all around there. Looks like they might have had some yellow flags going in there. So Red Craw, I haven't heard this driver before, but he's in that all-red Ferrari, and he has come around to maybe say his first time. There's still 5 drivers here that haven't set a time. And remember what I said, guys, is that with this double sprint format, with the qualifying, you basically, whatever qualifying position you set is the starting position for both the sprint races. So it doesn't matter how you perform in the races, where you qualify is where you're going to start in both of them. So these 5 drivers at the bottom really do have to pick it up now to potentially, get themselves up the order. Let's have a look then and see. The number 98 car is coming around on a flyer currently. Where is that? Oh, that is HSR Storm. So HSR Storm hasn't set a time yet, and we said he was probably going to be one of our potential pole men. So with 4 minutes to go, he's got a few potential laps left, but he does really need to start thinking about getting a banker lap in here because he is going to potentially. I mean, if he starts in 30th place, that is catastrophic for him. I think he is currently bronze rated, but flying, he'd be obviously crawling his way up to gold, no doubt. But yeah, he is. He doesn't want to be starting in 30th. That wouldn't be good for him, as he does cross the line now, and he has set a time that will put him up into pole. Yeah, there you go. So just like that, HSR Storm under pressure. 11 minutes left, 11 minutes gone in qualifying. So 4 minutes left, and he pops up with a 1:47.6. Skunk has actually popped up. I don't think I've actually commented on a race with Skunk before, but he's now up to 2nd place, 0.1 off the pace there, and HP now down to 3rd with Stecker in 4th, Rich in 5th. Nani has pipped Champ of How. He's in 6th with Champ of How 7th. BMW 8th, driver 206 9th, and Komoko has now got onto a time. So 2 of the drivers at the back that hadn't set a time have now popped themselves up into the top 10. So that's great performance by both of them. There's now only 2 drivers now that haven't set a time. We will ride with, it looks like Red Craw is now going to be setting a flying lap. So we'll go stay with him now, and that'll only leave a Tender Genie, who I believe was racing yesterday. He had a good little race, but Red Craw, he gets a little wobble on there, but it doesn't matter. He just needs to try and get a time on the board. But he will, potentially is 8.8 seconds off the pace, but as he crosses the line, Red Craw goes 3.2 seconds back, but he's clearly got more pace in that Ferrari than that's showing there, because he, as we see a Tender Genie coming out of the pit lane, he's going to need to do something soon. But yeah, we know Red Craw's got more pace than that 3.2, because obviously he had a massive wobble there at the end. Let's see who's coming around now to set a time. Who's the 206 guy? 206 guy is driver 206. Makes sense. He's in 9th place. We'll see what he can do on his next lap. Partik is saying he said a 1:46.1 on a hot lap yesterday. Obviously, hot lap is a little bit different to normal qualifying, but that means you probably would have, definitely been up there somewhere near the front row. So that is good. But driver 206 is crossing the line now, and he is currently 1.1 seconds back, and he does improve to go 8th place, 0.9 off the pace, so he has improved there, which is great for him. Where's the number 55 car? I can't see it quickly. Oh, there it is. No, yeah, that is BMW 762. I do like his livery. He's got a really nice livery, and to be fair with BMW, he normally is up there somewhere in the top 10, sometimes normally creeping into the top 5. He hasn't necessarily got the outright pace of some of the faster drivers in the field, but he does always put in a good stint, and his race pace is great, so just keep an eye on him as the race unfolds. Let's see it. The number 20 car is coming around at the minute to set a time. Where's the number 20 car? Can we see his number? Oh, that is Albertoli. It sounds Italian, so we're going to say he's an Italian driver, but he is currently in 11th. Can he, on this flying lap, though, get himself up into the top 10? There is still 1 minute 30 left, so if you are currently in the pits, that's it. Your qualifying is over. So we see Champ of Hal is only going to go down the order from here, but as Albertoli comes across, he's coming up to the last corner now, sorry. Let's see what he can set here. And as he crosses the line, does he improve? No, he doesn't, but he is going to get one more shot at it now. There's quite a few cars coming around the Parabolica now, so let's... where's the number 80 car? There he is, Mark Music. We haven't seen Mark Music in qualifying just yet, but he's a very consistent driver. He always gives it his all. Even if he has a crash, he'll always keep putting effort in. It looks like he's just aborted that and he's given up there, but that he's going to start in 20th. But yeah, watch him. He always seems to make his way up the order. So where's the number 7 car? That is AC. I think AC was racing yesterday, Spa. Let's see what he can do here. He's currently 25th. Can he improve on his times and get himself up into the top 20? Would be great for him. Let's see what he can do here. Thank you, Trickle. I forgot to put that stream link on there. And Lynch is in the chat now as well, so welcome, Lynch. And as AC crosses the line, he does improve. He goes up to 22nd, 3.26 off the pace, and he is still going to have another chance. Looks like the number 61 car. Who's the number 61 car? That is Rich. Rich is going to cross the line and be one of the last drivers to potentially out there to be able to set a time. I'll try and catch as many of these drivers as I can. The number 32 car of Malmsey is coming around to set his last time. He is currently in 14th place. Let's see if he can improve as he goes across the line for the last time, and he does improve up to 13th place. Gorilla Radio behind him, 2.2 seconds back. Let's see what he can do. Currently 16th. What can he do here on his last lap? He does improve to 15th place. I'm going to miss a few of these drivers. I'm not going to be able to catch him in time, so let's go back with Albertoli. So Albertoli is going to come round. He's currently in 11th. Can he on his last lap pip Champ of Howell and get Champ of Howell out of the top 10 and him in there instead? As he crosses the line, he does improve his time, but not enough to get into those good positions. Zeppa coming across the line now, 3 seconds off the pace. As he crosses the line, he does improve up to 8th. That's a great qualifying lap by him right at the end there. The number 27 car is next of Attended Genius. Lamperman does come in at the last minute as well. Attended Genius got a bit of damage out there, but he is going to come across the line. How has he got damage like that but still managing to set a qualifying time? That's interesting because it should have defaulted. But as he crosses the line, he goes up to 30th. Let's have a look at the number 910 car. Where are you? That is Red Craw. So Red Craw, we did know, said he did have more pace than what he was showing. He seems to be struggling on that parabolica at the end there. He seems to have a bit of a wobble as he comes around. But as he crosses the line, he's currently in 24th. And he improves to 21st. Comico just crossed the line, goes 0.1 behind HSR Storm, and it's the number 69 car left. If I can just quickly find them. That is Lampo Man. Lampo Man is going to get a time in just at the end, and so he crept into qualifying late, and he did get himself up to P20 there right at the end there. So that's great last little qualifying from him. A lot of pressure on him there. Right, so that is the crazy qualifying over. We do have 32 drivers out here today. Although we had 40 RSVPs, we had a few people obviously not show up. That's normal with most of these types of things. But with 32 drivers on the field, that does mean this is going to be the largest ever sprint race field we've had. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing around Monza with 32 cars out here going down into that first corner. But I'm pretty sure we'll see quite a few of those drivers, go through the slip road at the start, or there's so many different routes you can take over that first corner. Hopefully one of the routes isn't into the back of the person in front of you, but we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see how it goes. But we have 2 minutes to go before the start of this race. Now, yes, I think the only driver out here that is on his debut is a 29th place V2 Cryptic, although I haven't heard of Red Craw before, but Trickle reliably informs me that Red Craw has raced before. He's just been away for some time, but good luck today. Potentia didn't have a good qualifying lap there, but I'm sure he'll have more pace than he's showing. But yeah, good luck to Cryptic. Keep an eye on him. 29th place for both of the sprint races, which means he will have all the work to do. But sometimes in these sprint races, starting at the back rewards a lot more, because obviously you can just the only way really is to go is up. So, and obviously you can view all the carnage ahead of you. But when the race starts, we will go through the order. Let's just have a look at the main qualifying time. So the fastest lap out there today was a 1:47.3 set by HSR Storm. There was actually 7 drivers all to set 1:47. So again, HSR Storm, Comico, Nanny, Skunk, HP, Alex Decker, Rich, any one of those drivers can probably get on the podium today. So keep an eye on those drivers here. And then you have again quite a few 48 drivers with like Zeppa BMW, Driver, Champafel, Albertoli, Giambressi, Malmsey, Gaz. All of these drivers have the potential, if they can get the right kind of race pace settled in, to challenge for those top positions. So we've got a really good field of drivers out here, and they said that the field spread does go down to the 49s, 50s, 51s. But as you know, around Monza, it's very unforgiving. There is a lot of potential to crash here, and obviously the barriers are so close to the edge of the circuit that and there's a lot of sand out there as well, sand traps and stuff. So yeah, it's I mean, the good thing, like I said, I've always said about this, the good thing about the sprint racing is that because it's only a 50-minute race, it's just 7 or 8 laps of just fastest flat-out speeds, and then basically after that, if it all goes wrong for you, you have a bit of a crash, you get to do it all again in the second sprint race. So yeah, we'll go through the order now, guys. Like I said, there's 32 cars out there today, so this is the largest ever XCL Saturday summer sprint, Saturday double sprint that we've ever had. So let's just go through the order, and good luck to everyone. But HSR Storm is on pole. He just pipped Comico to pole by about 0.1 of a second. Nanny in third place is alongside Skunk. They round out the sort of the second row here. HP and Alex Stecker are in the third row, and then Rich is in 7th alongside Zeppa. Interesting to know that 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th are all McLaren drivers, and those 4 McLarens plus the 2 Ferraris and the BMW ahead of him are actually all the drivers set at the 47 times, so keep an eye on all of those drivers there. Yeah, so Zeppa's in 8th, so then BMW and Driver round out the top 10. So that is 5 McLarens in the top 10 here. So obviously they're going quite well around Monza today. Champ of Hal and Albertoli are in 11th and 12th, with Gian Bresci and Gaz rounding out 13th and 14th. That's 4 Ferraris, and 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th. So watch that little Ferrari battle going on there. Malmsey with a good qualifying session for him here is alongside Zero Seas, who we know does go well in most of his races, so keep an eye on his pace today. Guerrilla Radio and Springsphere are currently in 17th and 18th, with MCR in 19th, and Lamperman, who joined late, managed to get 1 qualifying lap in and popped himself up to 20th place. He rounds out the top 20. Acheron and Mark Music in 21st and 22nd, with Red Craw and AC in 23rd and 24th. Arne Olufsen and Lynch are 25th and 26th, with Dix T, CJ Viper and Salent G in 27th and 28th. Cryptic, who said he is our debutant driver today, he hasn't raced at XCL before, so good luck to him, is alongside Subsonic 10 for rounding out the top 30. And then, like I said, we do have a 32 driver field today, so on the last row of the grid we have a Tender Genie, and I think one of Dick Trickle's favourite liveried cars in Potencia 97 is currently in 32nd place. So I think if Dick Trickle is watching, he'll want his main man Potencia to be doing quite well out there today. But we'll go back to the front row now, and I'll just change it back to a good camera angle for the start here. So we'll just spare 1 second while I swap the camera angles over, because I do know you like the aerial cam. We did try a few different things, and you told me this was the best one you prefer for racing action. So we'll go back now to HSR Storm leading out the field here. And HSR Storm, I don't think anyone would disagree here, he is on his way to becoming one of the new gold drivers. At the minute, XCL only has 3 gold rated drivers. And just in case you're new to the stream here, I will mention that in XCL, basically, it's not a league racing community as such. What XCL do is basically open up the format so you can race any day of the week you want, providing there's a slot available. But basically, you're only racing against yourself, essentially, with your XCL rating. So on the the banners next to the car numbers in this race, if you've got a red banner, that means you're one of the XCL rookies, so you have a rating of 2,000 or less within XCL. If you have a silver banner, it means you're a bronze or stroke silver rated driver. And then if you have a white banner, it means you're a gold stroke platinum driver. So yeah, basically that's all the XCL is really about. It's about just bettering yourself, maintaining your rating, and just going out there and giving your best every week. So yeah, good luck to all the drivers out there, like I said. And I think Comico is quite a quick driver, so I think he isn't going to let HSR Storm just run away with this one like he normally does. But we're just coming down to the start line now. So this is the first of 2 50-minute sprint races, guys. So once the first race is finished, don't leave. There is another one straight afterwards. But we are green light and we are go, go, go. As HSR Storm does get a good start here, I don't think Comico is going to try anything silly. There is quite a few then McLarens all weaving in behind, so keep an eye on those as we do go down to the first corner here. Hopefully we'll get round unscathed, but I can't see it. As we do see the Lamborghini knock into one of the McLarens there, and this is going to be utter chaos from the start. That Lamborghini, or is it, I think it might have been Rich in the McLaren there, just got out of a wobble as we see another car spin around in the background as well. But HSR Storm and Comico and Nanny have managed to get through without collision. But you did see in the background there, guys, there was a big old crash, and there's quite a few yellow flags out there at the back. As we see, look at these cars all over the place. There's Potencia, there's so many cars damaged. We knew that was going to happen Car's not abiding by the braking rules. I think if Dick Trickle's going to be rolling his eyes right now and his hands in his head, sorry, hands in his head in his hands, as basically he sees all those cars not really abiding by the correct entry format. You know, if you are in a collision, you don't just roll back onto track. You want to hold on your brakes and let all of the action unfold there. But yeah, that is a very poor start by a lot of drivers at the back, and they've all gone. Yeah, that was just crazy. I'm just going to go off that view, Lynch. Sorry, not Lynch, Trickle, because I don't think you're going to want to watching that too much. But yeah, that has just gone all over the place. It looks like, is that Alex Stecker that has got out ahead of HSR Storm here? Yes, I don't know what happened there whilst I was looking at the back for a little bit. As he does got a little wobble there, and for that one moment he was in the lead, and he has now, got Storm's got straight back past, as well as Skunk, and I think Komako must have had a little wobble there somewhere near the start because he was right behind him. But Alex Stecker he's lost the position to Nani as well here. These, I said, 5-6 drivers at the front are going to provide quite a good bit of entertainment, but it is HSR Storm that will take the first lap lead. But I don't think Skunk is going to let him get away with it too early. With the slipstream here, you can see him weaving side by side. I'm surprised Skunk isn't trying to nick back into his slipstream here, but as they come down to the first corner, hopefully they'll get around nice and cleanly. So Skink just coming in the mirrors again. He's just checking his braking zones. As we see, oh, that is Nani braking a bit late there, I think it was. Was that Nani? No, that wasn't Nani. So I don't know who that was. So that was Albertoli maybe, but one of the drivers. Oh, it was HP. Sorry, yeah. So HP there just lost his braking a little bit. I did say that was probably going to happen. Alho out there saying Monza always throws a striker. Yeah, it's always chaos, isn't it, on Monza? No matter how many times because these are experienced drivers we're talking about here. You know, that driver that just crashed into the back of I can't remember what the collision was with Skunk there. He's an experienced driver. He should have known better. But for some reason, when you go to Monza, everyone's heads just falls off. As we see, So basically, I'll just run you through the order now, guys. This has all started to calm down a little bit. Remember, there is no mandatory pit stops here, so basically, it's just a straight-out sprint for 15 minutes. But we do have HSR Storm out in the lead with the current fastest lap. Nani is in second place. He has managed to get through all of that carnage and get himself up into second. Komako has got back up the order a little bit, and he is now in third place with Alex Stecker chasing him down in fourth. We have Al Bertoli in fifth place with BMW. I said to watch out for him. He is a good little driver, and he's up to sixth place now. Champ of Hallis had a good start here. He's up to seventh in that new orange McLaren. That Zeppa's going to have to be a bit careful here. He is just tucked in behind, and driver 206 has got around the outside, as I just saw HP again. HP was the driver that did actually cause that crash earlier on, has almost dived into the back of him again. HP is not compensating for everyone else's pace here. He is just trying to brake at his braking zones rather than focusing on when other people brake, and it's causing a few issues out there from them, and he needs to calm down a little bit. But yeah, he's currently in 10th place. I will just ride with him for a second, make sure he doesn't cause any more issues down to this first corner. Again, as he look at him, he outbrakes himself. These five guys here, they need to calm down a little bit. There's going to be more crashing, but this is a great little fight here between sixth and probably 10th place here. 5th and 10th place. But all these guys just outbraking themselves. They need to just think about the cars ahead, know they're all going to slow down a bit earlier, and make allowances for that. As we look, HP just diving down the inside of Zeppa here. He's going to think about it. Zeppa now outbrakes himself. All these guys just can't seem to slow down their cars. As we see 206 spin around there as well, so he is now going to lose quite a few positions here. But we'll just ride with the next few cars, and we'll come back to this in a minute, guys, because I want to give everyone a bit of screen time in these sprint races. I know we've got a lot of drivers to get through, but Gaz is currently up to 11th place, although I don't know what was happening with Zeppa there, and Zeppa goes wide. He sort of weaved back out again. I don't know what the issue was there, and then he dived in front of Lampo Man. I don't think that was Lampo Man's issue, and then obviously he spun out on the next corner. So this is one of the poorest performances, poorest showing of driving I've ever seen from everyone here. It's not looking very good out there, but I'm sure they'll all do better in the second one, or hopefully they will. But currently we're riding with Zero Seas is now up to 10th place. Lamperman has lost a position there, but he is going to try and get down the inside. There's not a gap there, but Lamperman makes it a gap, and he is now going alongside Zero Seas to get back into that top 10 position here. That was very aggressive driving by everyone out here today. But yeah, breaks in late. Zero C's knows to be more clever of that. And yeah, we do now have K-Rich, who was one of the casualties from that first corner. Actually, he might have caused all the crashing on the first corner, I think, because he just hit that kind of car to the side of him and just sent everyone spinning. That's what kind of started all of the crashing behind him. So I think he's going to get some serious penalty points today. Driver 206 is now back in the 14th place following that little crash earlier, so he can claw some positions back. Is he going to make a move here? He's driving so much faster than K-Rich, but as he gets through there, yeah, he's up now into 13th place. Attender Genie, who actually started, wasn't he down in 30th place at some point? He is now up to 15th, and he's having a heck of a race. Gorilla Radio in 16th, and an honourable mention here to Cryptic, who, like I said, is on his first race. He was qualified in 29th. He's made up, obviously I know there's a lot of crashing on there, but you have to avoid the trouble, so you can't really criticise him for that. But yeah, he's made all his positions up, and he's up to 17th place. Malmsy's lost a few at the start. He's up to 18th. Subsonic 10 in 19th, and Salient G is 20th. AC currently 21st, with Red Craw behind him in 22nd. And then we have Mark Music in 23rd with, looks like Potencia behind him. But yeah, Zeppa's in the pits currently because they're following that crash. Gian Bresci's in 25th. Skunk is in 26th. Viper is in 27th right now. Potencia, yeah, he was one of the early race casualties. You saw him be collected. He's 28th with Arne Olsen, Olufsen, sorry, in 29th. Acheron is in 30th with Lynch in 31st, and we have had one person quit already. Let's just go back up to the front then, guys, and see what's going on with the main battle here. So it looks like as BMW got past Stecker there. Stecker is still ahead, so BMW is just about a second behind Stecker here, as we see him there in the camera angle. So he is now trying to chase him down for what is 4th place, but these two drivers having a little battle for 4th and 5th, which is good. Champ of Howe is having a good race. He's got HP alongside him now, but yeah, Champ of Howe looks like he's about to lose that 6th place position to HP. Although HP, like I said, he's probably going to be getting a few penalty points today for his early on collisions. But Champ of Howe, I think, is he going to yield this position? No, he tries to break it in late. Is he going to try and get a better drive out of these first two corners? Doesn't look like it at the moment. Albert Holly is in 8th place with Gaz just behind him, so this is a good little battle for 8th and 9th place. And also, like I said, Zero Seas and Lampo Man are still at it, but it looks like Lampo Man has actually got himself up into 10th here, and then it looks like Spring Sphere has actually got himself past Zero Seas as well. So Zero Seas looks like he has lost a place somewhere down the order a minute ago, and as we see driver 206, we do know he's a faster driver, so we'll either of these three for a minute. So it looks like Springsphere gets out, just has a little wobble coming out that last corner there, but he has got the correct line for the next corner, but that Zero C's having to compensate there, and it has allowed driver 206 to come down the inside. Is he going to try to dive down the next corner? Yeah, he thinks better of it, because that is quite a hard corner to dive down early on here. But yeah, that is Springsphere in the 11th, Zero C's in 12th, and driver 206 in 13th. Champ of Howe has lost the place to HP, and HP will now have his sights set on trying to close down BMW for what will be that that 5th place spot. I always say, if you've got a 30 car field, if you can get into the top 5, that's a fantastic performance. But we'll just have to keep an eye on this little battle as it unfolds. But HP's looking pretty racy. Is he going to try a dive down on the first corner again? We will watch this and see. Hendrix Rock says crazy driving. Yeah, I'm not. Are you saying, Hendrix, are you saying crazy driving based on just how bad it is, or what do you mean there? Because I think I'll be in agreement with you a little bit. But yeah, Lynch is saying it's ruined his first race. Yeah, that first corner carnage was wasn't great, as BMW does try and make a move down Alex Stecker. So this is the race for 4th, 5th and 6th right now, as Alex Stecker gets out a bit wide and BMW pokes his nose down the inside, but because of that he didn't get the right run out the corner, and it has allowed HP now to potentially take that place. So just like that, BMW was challenging for 4th place on Alex Stecker, and he's now going to lose those places and fall down to 6th place behind HP. But this has got chaos written all over it, because HP's got nowhere to go. He kind of bumps Alex Stecker a little bit there, and BMW read that situation well, and he's going to dive down the inside and force HP to yield that position again. So a bit better driving by these guys now. They're displaying a bit more brain power, should I say. As BMW slams his brakes on a little bit, and Champ of Hal has creeped up into the back of this battle as well now. So these 4 drivers for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th are providing a great little show for everyone out here as well. As Champ of Hal just has to check his brakes there a little bit. BMW has a wobble coming out of that corner, and that's going to allow HP a run down the inside again. So HP is going to get back up into 5th place. So this is all positions swapping every corner right now currently. But I just want to make a note that Nani GT has currently got the fastest lap of the race, and he is 1.4 now behind HSR Storm. So that race is by no means over, but the main battle out here right now is for these positions, as it looks like HP is now going to have a run on Alex Stecker, and he's going to try and take that 4th place and be the lead McLaren driver on this first sprint race with only 4 minutes to go here. And he does make a move down the inside. No, he turned in too early. HP's just not having a great race out there today. But Champ of Hal and BMW are going to get past. I know what HP will say. He should have, Alex Stecker should have yielded. But I think looking at that, HP turned in on him. So that is a unfortunate incident. I don't think Alex Stecker could have done anything about that there. But that has allowed Champ of Hal moving up the order now. He's going to have a great run down on Alex Stecker here. And is he going to try and move around the outside of turn 1? He's late on the brakes. He's side by side. He has thought better of it. But Alex Stecker's going to get a wobble on. And again, Champ Hal couldn't do anything about that. That's just unfortunate again. But this is just, everyone's all over the place. Look at that carnage of all those the polystyrene boards all around here. But whilst this is all happening, this is allowing all the drivers behind them to get up there as well. But I can't take my eyes off this for a second to run you through the rest of the field. But I will try my best, guys, to show you what's going on here. So Lynch is currently in the pits. Looks like he's retired from race 1 alongside Skunk. Zeppa's also retired from race 1. Acheron is the last driver out there in 28th place, chasing down Potentia. But he's also retired, so Acheron might get that place. Arne Olufsen is in 26th, chasing down Viper. But I think, again, he's one of those casualties at the start. Viper is in a race, he's racing with Mark Music out there, but that is not full position. Gian Bresci's in 24th place. He's trying to race against Subsonic 10, who actually is the driver ahead. So those, Gian Bresci's going to dive down the inside, and we've just got at the right time. Is Subsonic 10 going to? No, he doesn't. He is aggressively pushes him out of the way. Yeah, Subsonic 10 said, you're going to have to try that again because I'm not letting you through here. Great driving by those two. Cryptic is in 22nd place. This is his debut race. It looks like he has lost a few places there, but he is going to keep kicking on. And 22nd place for your debut isn't a bad position, to grumble at. AC is chasing, or he looks like he's just got past Salient G. So that is AC taking the final 20th place in this race. Red Craw is up to 19th. He is trying to get catch up with Mark Music, but he's 2 seconds up the race of the road. So racing with Malmsey here for what is 17th and 18th. Guerrilla Radio, I think he qualified in 15th, currently 16th in the race, so he's having quite a good race here. That should be some good XCL rating points for him. Attended Genie, who's got to be the potentially one of the race 1 drivers of the day, because he's had a great little run up here to 15th place, and he's doing really well. Zero Season 14th is going to definitely get that place on K-Rich because he's got a drive-through penalty, so he'll take that on the last lap. Springsphere is in 12th. He has lost the position to driver 206, who is now on Alex Stecker following that earlier crash. I think it was an unforced error there from Alex Stecker, and although Champ of Hal did hit him, it wasn't intentional there. So it's just as we see driver 206 go around the outside of Alex Stecker, who may have a little bit of damage because he did crash into HP as well. But I think I said that again, that was HP just closing the door there when he shouldn't have. Lamperman, another good drive here from 20th on the grid, is up to 9th place. He's chasing down Albertoli in 8th place, who is in turn chasing down Gaz in 7th. So these positions can still change. BMW, a good first race here. There's HP, Champ of Hal and BMW for what is 4th, 5th and 6th. BMW was trying to see if he can get back up into that top 5 with what will be 1 lap to go as HSR Storm crosses the line. Now this front order, Komoko is trying his best to keep up with the front row here, but Nani is 1.3 seconds back. So he does have the same pace as HSR Storm, but unfortunately it's just so minimal, the differences, that he just cannot catch up quick enough to capitalise and potentially get the win. Like I did say, these races are 7 to 8 lap races, and as HSR Storm does cross the line now, this will be for the last lap of the race. It hasn't triggered on the screen, but it definitely will be the last lap of the race. Remember, guys, if you are watching this stream, this is the first race of 2. So as soon as this race finishes, we will restart and hopefully have a bit less chaotic race 2, but we will find out. So I don't envy Dick Trickle. If you're in the chat, who are the stewards? Because I do need to say sorry in advance, because they're going to be hella busy after this one with all the reports that are going to be coming through. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. It's Hendrix saying, yeah, sketchy driving is fun to watch though. Yeah, I do agree, Hendrix, it is fun to watch. Arctic Fox saying 3 minutes left of goodness. Yeah, you're right, Arctic Fox, that's a great comment there. It's goodness or something else, I don't know, but yeah, thank you for commenting in the chat as well. So as we go into this now, Champ of How has, he's holding off that 5th place. He's a potential another driver of the day. I think he's had a good little race here today, but I think driver of the day number 1 has to go to a Tender Genie, who is now up to 14th place. I don't know, with that drive-through penalty ahead of him as well, he's probably going to get himself up to 13th. So I think, if I am right, I think he did qualify in... I will check that, but I think he did qualify like quite down the order. But I think a Tender Genie's got to be my driver of the day number 1. Yeah, so Ninja Chase, Baby Ninja, Caster, so that is Madside Caster and Monroe. Can I just apologise in advance, because that first race was, well, as I'm pretty sure as Dick Trickle would call it, a shit show, but he does love the F-bombs and stuff, but it's, yeah, that was a poor race for most people involved. But HSO Storm does take that sprint race victory number 1, with Nani keeping him honest, 1 second behind. Homoko's going to take 3rd place here, with HP coming around. HP is definitely going to be involved in a lot of Discord anger. I don't know if there's a lot of people moaning in Discord already, but HP is going to be at the brunt of a lot of it, as well as Rich as well. Rich is going to be up there getting moaned at, I think. Champ Falcake's 5th place, with BMW in 6th. Gaz is going to cross the line in 7th, with Lamperman, another good drive from 20th place. He's in 8th, with Albert Tolley crossing the line in 9th. Driver 206 in 10th. Alex Stecker's going to cross the line in 11th. Springsfit in 12th. Rich is going to, yeah, he hasn't done his drive-throughs. He's probably going to lose quite a few places here. I think it's probably about a 40-second penalty maybe. I'm not sure. Or was it a 30-second penalty at Monza? Yeah, 30 seconds, yeah. So Zero C's is, 14th, coming around now with... yeah, Mark Music. That's a good 15th place on Mark Music as well. A few good performances out here by some of the drivers that qualified. But I did say that, guys. You know, it's the only way is up when you qualify near the back. And yeah, Zero Season 14th, Mark Music 15th, Red Craw, another good drive there. He is 16th place with Malmsey in 17th. AC is in 18th with Cryptic is going to. I'll ride with AC as he crosses the line. So AC has got, I think, like a back marker behind him there. Cryptic on his XCL debut today. Fantastic drive from 29th up to 19th place. Well done. Subsonic 10 is going to be 20th place, with Salient G in 21st. And Tender Genie, why is he showing us 22nd there? That can't be right, can it? Has he glitched out of the race? I'm not sure what's gone on there. But yeah, we've now got 30 drivers. So I think a Tender Genie, I don't know if that's unfortunately... Does that mean he gets his finishing position? I don't know. But that would be really unfortunate if that isn't the case. Because he has... who else is out there? There's number 2. I have one other driver out there. I can't see him on there. Oh, yeah, that was Salient G. So he's crossing the line there for 21st. So we'll go through the order before the start of the next race. Kind of a Dorito show. You're right, Artie Fox. That is good. Good race. That was a good little first race, guys. I will just go to the timetables here and check the race 1. Who did I say my driver of the day was in the first race? Because I think because he's crashed out of the race... I forgot who it was. Guys, anyone in the chat can tell me who I actually awarded the driver of the day to on race 1, because I can't actually see him on the screen now and I've completely forgotten who it was. Oh no, I think he's just joined back in. A Tender Genie. Yeah, it does say he finished 22nd, but I don't think he did finish 22nd. I don't know if that's a glitch there, but... is this better now? It says Tender Genie finished in 22nd. I think he must have crashed just on the... Can anyone find out in the Discord chat for me if Tender Genie had a disconnect literally as he was going across the line, because that is massively unfortunate for him. But yeah, he is my driver of the day for race 1. And then we'll just go back through and we get to do this all over again, guys. We get a second race. Hopefully it is not going to be as chaotic as the first one. There was people spinning around all over the place. Hopefully people have got that out of their system now, and we should have a nice, clean, fast race number 2. Oh, Mark Music. I did. To be fair, Mark Music, I think you're probably really happy about the fact that you started from the pit lane, because that first lap was absolute chaos. I think you'll agree. So I think starting from the pit lane is probably a viable strategy for race number 2. I know Dick Trickle doesn't like people starting from the pit lane. It's like a fob off, but a little bit. But yeah, it's yeah, you lucked out a little bit there, I think. That game crash has probably done you a favour, I think. There was always a bit of a delay, guys, between race 1 and race 2. But like I said, I don't think Attended Genie, although it does say he finished 22nd here, I think he probably will register as that. But he looked like he was much further up the order than that. And he said he is my driver of the day for race 1. But yeah, Mark Music, that was a great little race on that race 1. You think you got up to, what was it, 13th, 14th? Let me just check that one again. Yeah, he's saying he finished 22nd, but he was definitely up there a bit more. But yeah, so as you know, guys, this was the finishing order for race 1, but we do have to revert back now to the qualifying order. So it does mean that, yeah, all those drivers that unfortunately were taken out in race 1 will now get another shot at it, which is kind of the reason why I like, I do like the double sprint race for that reason, because you know sometimes there are massive crashes and there's a little there's a lot of issues, but because you get a second crack at the whip, you know it's kind of good. But one thing I think it is K Rich in 7th. Yes, he was that green. I call it the Lamborghini, but it was the green Rich car that kind of like twonked into 2 cars on the start line, sent them spinning off into the walls, and then that's what kind of steamrolled the rest of the carnage. Because when we did switch to it from Nick, there was a lot of yellow flags out there, and there was probably like 8 cars just spinning around, crashing into each other, and it was not a good display out there. Yeah, Arctic Fox saying wow, 12 viewers. Yeah, I think a minute ago we had about 14, but normally I think I think the reason why after the race finishes the viewing count goes up is because a lot of the drivers are actually in the race, quickly run and have a look at the replays and stuff of race 1. But yeah, it's they come in and have a chat. But AMS Dylan, welcome AMS Dylan. Why aren't you out here racing, Dylan? But yeah, we're just about to start race 2. Dylan, if you missed race 1, you missed a pretty chaotic first race with about 10 plus cars on the first corner all spinning around. We do have a do we still have a 32 car field in the second race? No, we have lost 2 drivers. I've decided not to race in race 2, and yeah, we're now down to a 30 car field. Yes, 2 people have opted out of race 2. But let's go through the order one more time. Like I said, so it doesn't matter about the finishing position in race 1. It basically just reverts back to the qualifying time. So that would be HSR Storm is on pole for race 2. Komoko is back up into 2nd place, rounding out that front row. Nani, who finished 2nd in the first race. So HSR Storm, Komoko and Nani, although they qualified 1st, 2nd, 3rd, did finish 1st, 2nd and 3rd. But Nani did pip Komoko to that 2nd place in the first race. Skunk rounds out the top 4. I think he was one of the... Actually, no, he wasn't one of the casualties of the first corner. Sorry, HP is in 5th, alongside Stecker in 6th, with Rich and Zeppa in 7th and 8th. Now, that is, like I said, 4 McLarens in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, so keep an eye on those. BMW had a good first race. He starts in 9th, with driver 206 rounding out the top 10. Champ of Hell is in 11th place with Albertoli in 12th. GM Bresci 13th and Gaz in 14th are all Ferrari drivers from 11th down to 14th. Malmsey is alongside Zero C's in 15th and 16th, with Gorilla Radio and Spring Sphere in 17th and 18th. Lamperman and Red Craw are in 19th and 20th following a few disconnects there, so they've moved up a couple of places. AC and Arne Alufsen are 21st and 22nd, with Lynch in 23rd, Viper in 24th. Salient G is 25th, with Cryptic now up to 26th place. Subsonic 10 and Mark Music in 27th and 28th. Looks like Mark Music is going to qualify, actually start the race out there today. Attended Genie, driver of the day, race number 1 is 29th, with Potencia starting from the pit lane in 30th. Probably a wise choice by Potencia, and we'll watch him as the first lap carnage unfolds. Let's just change the camera angle back to the correct camera angle for the race to get the most action in. And then, yeah, we get our second 15 minutes of action underway shortly. We are looking forward to this one. Just check in with the chat. MS didn't say no, nothing like Nürburgring. Nürburgring is another track that does provide a lot of chaos. You are right there, and yeah, I see Arctic Fox saying hello to Lynch. Well, you've called him Lunch, so well done, Arctic Fox. But yeah, Dylan, I think Nürburgring does provide a lot of chaos as well. You are right there. But yeah, the first lap here was a bit crazy. Storm, like I said, is going to take them out on the first row again. He kind of, yeah, so he didn't get the fastest lap, I don't think. I think that was Nani in race 1, but HSR Storm, yeah, I think Komako didn't really pressure him that much in the first race down to the first corner. So basically, yeah, he took the inside line around the first corner and, yeah, just drove away unscathed. Because with, I think, Monza especially, I like being on first place position. Not that I'm ever really there. I'm talking like I'm on pole all the time. I am not. There's a reason why I'm a broadcaster, guys, and that's not because I have the skills behind the wheel. Those who can do, those who can't broadcast, right? That's what they say. But HSR Storm, yeah, you just dive down the inside, don't you? Like you don't even have to really brake that much. Just you don't even have to maximise your sort of how well the first corner goes. You just have to try and get out of the way of the carnage behind you. But as we cross the line, we're now going to start our second 50-minute sprint race, and HSR Storm gets a much better drive this time round. We saw HP then go alongside, and he's going to try and gain a few places at the start. But HSR Storm, probably uncontested here, is going to go down to the first corner. Let's make sure we can all brake. No, as Rich almost takes out the drivers again. He does. He has another collision. He's going to come around and take out Komako. And he takes out the Skunk as well. So that is Rich. 2 races in a row. And those cars are going to be parked massively on the start line here. And I'm just going to try and go to Skunk here. Look, everyone's just been caught up in this. It's not their fault. But Lynch's second race has been a bit ruined there. And you see Salient G. So that is Rich is going to have to trickle if you're watching. He's going to have some sort of like shake a wag of the finger, because that's the second race in a row. He's just taken out loads of the front sort of drivers there. It's a bad start by him, unfortunately. But yeah, Storm has managed to just absolutely run away with this one. I think yeah, Komako, he did get taken out, didn't he? So he's sorry. No, was it Komako? No, so it was Skunk. Sorry, I thought Komako got hit as well, but maybe he managed to get himself back away from this one. And where is Nani in this? Is that HP? Yeah, so it looks like it's Storm in the lead. I thought it was Komako that got taken out, but doesn't look like it, unless he managed to get back away again. But yeah, it's Storm in the lead, Komako in second, HP in third. HP looking pretty racy on Komako here. Nani's back through in fourth, Stecker in fifth. Zeppa's managed to get through this time unscathed, and he's up to sixth place. Albertoli made a few positions up to 7th, with Driver 206 in 8th, Gaz in 9th, Champ of How in 10th. BMW's not had as good start as last time. Obviously, some of them had to weave through that carnage at the start. He is in 11th, with Gian Bresci behind him in 12th. Lamperman making moves up at the start. He's 13th, with Zero C's in 14th. But those Zero C's just crashes out there, and he's going to have to watch all those cars fly past him. That's so demoralising, as we see Red Craw in the pit. Springsphere. Oh no, Springsphere's getting a wobble. Is he going to get back on the track here? This is crazy. This is 3 cars. It's a Mercedes inside a Ferrari sandwich here. As yeah, these 3 guys are going to dive down to the first corner. As we see, Mark Music is trying to get around the outside here of Springsphere as well. But that Mercedes of Attended Genie is going to dive down the inside. Brakes late here. He is going to try and get around that curb, and that is going to allow, I think, is that Springsphere to get past. Oh no, there's a Ferrari or something on the track there. Like that might have been Nani, actually. I think that's potentially crashed out there. So again, there's quite a few cars all over the place here, but let's just go back to the start and see what's going on quickly. So Zeppa's up to second place. So there has been a big crash between a lot of the front drivers here, because I think we're missing. We lost Nani and Komako. So Zeppa has been the sort of the winner of that little clash, and Stecker is up to third now. So it looks like Komoko and Nani's had a coming together somewhere. It's unfortunate for them, but that means HSR Storm has checked out here. BMW's up to 7th place again now. BMW's just a really good driver of staying out of trouble. Gaz has managed to get himself up to 5th. We'll see with BMW in 6th. Lampo Man again, he's had a good little race this time round. He's moved up from, 19th up to 7th. That's 12 places in one lap. So if you can stay out of trouble, guys, you can really make up some places in these races. And that's going to be some serious point advantage for Lampo Man there. Giambressi's chasing down driver 206 here. Looks like he's going to get down the inside and up into 8th place, with Malmsey rounding out the top 10. But although Champ of Halley is just going to cruise around the outside of him here and take that position off of him. But again, Malmsey finishing 11th, he'll take that, I think, and get some points on the board. Springsphere is chasing this order down in 12th. Attender Genie is up into 13th, with Mark Music in 14th. AC is in 15th. DXT CJ Viper is in 16th, with Subsonic 10. Oh, having a wobble there. He has lost a place to what looks like Lynch and maybe Guerrilla Radio. Is Guerrilla Radio? Yeah, so Guerrilla Radio and Lynch have got past in 18th and 19th. That's a good recovery by Lynch, considering he was involved in that first lap carnage. Salient G is in 20th place behind Subsonic 10 with Potentia. Now, he started in the pit lane, but he's up to 21st. That's a great little first couple of laps by him. Komoko was one of the casualties of the collision with Nani. It looks like Nani has quit here. Albert Tolley is in the pits as well, 23rd. Zero C's is in 24th. Red Craw in the pits, maybe he's retired in 25th. Arne Alufsen is out there, 26th place, chasing down the last place man, Cryptic. But it looks like, based on this, that Cryptic probably has just overtaken him. So we'll keep stand this for a second and just, yeah, I think, yeah, there you go. So Cryptic is up to 26th place. So there was 32 drivers in this. So Trickle, if you're listening to this, can you just confirm that if you retire from race 1, so does it still class as 32 races, even though some people didn't race in race 2? MS Dillon saying doesn't matter if you can. Yeah, Dick Trickle saying Rich. Yeah, K Rich or Critch, whatever his name is. Yeah, he's had a bit of a bad start. Yeah, AMS Dillon, because the race is only 15 minutes long, I don't want to, I want to try and cover as much of the racing as possible rather than sitting in the replays, but I'm pretty sure the loads of replays will be flying around Discord later on today. Alex Stecker is chasing down HP. I see HP got play. Yeah, so HP is chasing down Zeppa here. So although Zeppa's in first, he's losing about a second a lap over HSR Storm at the minute, and HP is going to be thinking, can he get past here and maybe get himself up into second place here, which would be some great little points. We do have bronze, silver drivers up in the first top 5 positions of this race. So this is a battle now currently for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, with BMW some way back. But Lampo Man, who's currently got the fastest lap of the race, he's faster than HSR Storm currently. He is out there in 7th place, taking round... Oh no, don't touch, guys. Be careful. Oh no, why didn't Gaz yield there? I understand Lampo Man was just closing that gap on the inside there, but really Gaz probably should have just let off the accelerator just slightly. I don't know why he didn't there. I know Gaz is going to be complaining at Lampo Man, but I don't know if that was Lampo Man's fault. I know he should have left some space there, but he had the move done. I don't know if Trickle or Dylan, you can comment on that one, but I think that might have actually been Gaz's fault for not just yielding slightly, because that move was completed, wasn't it? But Giambresi is now going to get right up behind Lampo Man and potentially take that 6th place spot. Lampo Man will have a bit of damage, and Giambresi is going to get him around the outside and up to 6th place, which is a great little overtake for him and a great little race by Giambresi in race 2 here. Champ of Hell is some way back from this battle, but he is racing in 8th place. And we have Springsphere on Malmsey at the minute in 9th place. Lampo Man currently having the fastest lap of the race in the number 69 Ferrari. That is a good little lap time by him, as we still see as he is Springsphere going to make a move on Malmsey here. So this is a pass for what will be 9th place in this race. Springsphere, great exit out of the last corner. Is Malmsey going to tuck him behind the slipstream? He's going to try and dive it down the inside, and guys, again, that's a silly move. And Malmsey is going to again, I feel sorry for all of the stewards today. They're going to be absolutely busy in the booth. Attender Genie is got past. Has he got past Mark Music here? Or is he, no, he's. He says he's 0.2 behind Mark Music here, but I think he's maybe lost a bit there, and that's allowed AC, and that is one of the back marker drivers. I think there's Arne Olufsen behind him here. But we have AC on Attended Genie here for 12th and 13th place on again. Oh dear. Oh my God, I've never seen a car go upside down. Mark Music is upside down on the track, guys. Have you ever seen a car be flipped like that? I haven't. That is, crazy driving. This is almost embarrassing. This is like not even a rookie race, guys. But yeah, that is absolute AC's fault there. But Mark Music, so unfortunate for him. He's been flipped upside down. And I don't know where that's going to put Lynch in this race. He was, when he goes across the time screen, yeah, Lynch is up to 12th place now. This is a fantastic race by Lynch, and I don't know, Trickle, but I think he's going to be getting himself some serious points out there. As yeah, he's all about the XCL rating. He's got one of the lowest ratings in XCL, and I think he is going to be maybe going back up into the 1,000 points after this one, if he can hold that 12th place position. Let's just go back up to the front here. So let me just go through the order for you guys. Yeah, AMS Dylan saying, how did yeah, yeah, how did Mark Music there flip? I have never seen a car like that flip upside down. That's one of the most epic crashes I've ever seen. But so Comico has retired in 27th place. Red Craw is in 26th. We're just going to give you the 5-minute before rundown. Cryptic is up to 25th place, obviously following the retirements. He's racing down, as we see. That looks like another retirement. That was potentially... well, we'll go back through and have a look at that one in a minute. That might be Lamperman retired on the side there. Arne Olufsen is up in 24th place. Albertoli is in 23rd. He's just taking the escape road there. Gaz is in 22nd, also in the pit lane following that crash there. Zero C's is 21st with driver 206 chasing down DXT CJ Viper. But that is... that's not him in front there. Dixie CJ Viper is in 19th. Attended Genie is in the pits currently in 18th place, not having as much of a great race. Mark Music, fair play to him. I told you this about Mark Music. One thing I really like about him is that regardless of the situation, he will always see out a race. He's come back out the pits following that absolute ridiculous backflip that he did there, landing on his roof. I don't know how he got out of the pit so quickly. They should have had about like an hour's worth of damage, but yeah, that's a crazy little crash. Lamperman is 16th place. Like I said, he did look like he retired, so that will be a place gained by a lot of people around him. Salient G is in 15th. Subsonic 10 is in 14th. AC is in 13th. With Potentia in 12th, and Lynch is up to 11th. Trickle, if you're watching this, your man Lynch is up to 11th place in this race, and he's going to get some serious XCL rating boost. I know he's going to lose some from the first race, but this is a great little recovery drive by him in 11th. Gorilla Radio is in 10th place with Springsphere in 9th. Malmsey is in 8th. Champ of Hal is in 7th. Gian Bresci is in 6th. BMW is in 5th. Alex Stecker is in, well, he looks like he's in 3rd now. Zeppers must have had a collision here or some sort of, maybe round parabolic at the end there. He's had a bit of a mishap, but yeah, because that's allowed HP up into 2nd place, 8.5 seconds off a Storm. Stecker is in 3rd, and then Zepper now currently in 4th. It's, oh, that was almost another crash at the end there. Everyone's trying to take each other out around this first corner here. It's not going well. For the lot of the drivers out there. Let's just ride with yeah, Lynch currently as he is in 11th place. Yeah, MS still, I think you're right. I do feel bad for Mark Music as well. The driving standards have absolutely yeah, gone crazy here. But this is, you are right, it is pure entertainment, and yeah, Arctic Fox is agreeing with you. It is a fun race to watch, that is for sure. And I think this will be Lynch maybe getting up into 10th place, but Potentia is going to have something to say about that, as he is right up behind Lynch now, and this is a battle for 11th and 12th place. Let's just nothing silly, boys, because you're both going to get some good rating points following that early crashes in race 1. Potentia is right up in the slipstream of Lynch here. Is he going to try anything silly? No, he tucks it in behind. No, he almost again tries to sort of take out the back of Lynch as he goes over the curbs there, and that's going to give Lynch a bit of breathing space. But yeah, Lynch up to 11th place, and that's going to be some good rating point boost for him. Zepper is on the back of Alex Secker again, and this is a battle for the podium spots. So let's just yeah, stick with this one for a second and see if Zepper can get that place back and get himself up into the last podium spot. Looks like he took that wide corner there. He might not get enough slipstream down to this first corner, as we have 2 minutes left, so probably 2 laps to go. Who else has gone out? So Salient G is on Subsonic 10 here. I think that is Salient G passing Subsonic 10. Subsonic 10 gets a bit of a wobble on around that right hander, and that's allowed Salient G to get past. And that's going to push Salient G up into 14th place in this race. So again, another fantastic race by Salient G here. So some of the drivers aren't necessarily always up in the top 15. I'm racing really well here as we see Gaz crash into the back of Subsonic 10. I don't know what he was thinking there, but yeah, Gaz has crashed again. And this is not a good day for him at all. Cryptic currently still going along, our XCL debutant today. See, this is a brand new driver into XCL. He's avoided all the kind of troubles. He's raced really, really well. He's up to 22nd in this race, and yeah, he's had a good display here to show you how you should race out there. Most other drivers are kind of displaying what you shouldn't do in these kind of instances. It does look like Potentia has now got past Lynch. 0C's behind Lynch here isn't actually a pass for position, so I don't think Lynch is going to put too much of a fight there, because it's not really worth it for him, because 0C's isn't going to pass him for position, so he just doesn't. I think at this point Lynch is just going to want to try and see how many XL rating points he can get. Hopefully 0C's doesn't do anything silly here. Guerrilla Radio, another driver that's capitalised from all of the early on collisions, is up to 10th place. He's 8 seconds off the back of Springsphere, so I don't think anything's going to happen there. But it looks like also, Zeppa's probably had another crash here. He's currently in the pit lane, so I don't know if he's maybe spun out trying to get past Stecco. There was a collision there. But again, I'll just say with Robo Storm for a second. So Storm has now taken the flag for the last lap of this race. Champ of Hal has had another good race here, so he has got himself up to 6th place in this race, so he has just avoided all the trouble. MS Dillon, I think you're right there, but then that being said, if you look at the top 7 in this race, Storm, HP, Stecker, BMW, GM Bresci, Champ of Hal and Malmsey, they are all bronze and silver rated drivers, so it's a lot of them causing a lot of the collisions today. I'm not tarring everyone, but I do know a lot of the drivers up there were involved in some kind of crash at some point. So I think the standard overall hasn't been great, but some people, I'm not going to tar everyone with the same brush. I mean, some people out there have raced really, really well, but at least 25-30% of or a third of the field have been involved in some kind of crash out here. But we'll have a look at Springsphere trying to chase down Malmsey here, and it looks like driver 206 has just got past. He's trying to get past DXT CJ Viper here for that 17th and 18th place, but it's such a field spread out here now if you look at the driver map. But I will just go back with HSR Storm as he comes around for the last few corners of this race. HSR Storm has got on pole position today. He has won race 1. He has won, unless he makes a mistake on the last corner, he has won race 2. I think this may be the first time one driver has won both double sprint races. So that's well done for Storm, although I don't know if I said that last week, but I think it would have been last week in Suzuka, but someone has someone crashed on the last lap. I think it was Steph Ork. But Storm went there with a nice clean sweep for both races here. The first driver to win a double sprint double header. HP crosses the line in 2nd place with Alex Stecker crossing the line in 3rd. BMW is going to take another good drive here, so I think that's a good little drive up into 4th place. Gian Bresci is going to take 5th place here. Good little drive by him, with Champ of Hal is going to take 6th place behind him. Springsphere is going to maybe take 7th place from Malmsey here, and that's going to be a good drive. Malmsey is in 8th place here. Springsphere gets a little wobble, so does Malmsey. I don't know if someone spilled oil on the track, but both of those guys trying to bin it on the last corner, as Guerrilla Radio is going to round out 9th place, and Potentia is going to finish 10th. Great little drive for Potentia from the pit lane. I think actually Potentia probably has to be my driver of the day for race 2. Just because obviously he started behind Lynch and he pipped Lynch but I think Lynch is going to be buzzing with 11th place here. AC is going to take 12th place. 0C's 13th. Salient G 13th. Subsonic 10 is going to take what will be 14th place, I think, so there has been a few drops. Mark Music following that early kind of crash where he flipped upside down. He's going to take a good little, which I think will probably about 15th place. I think a few people at the front are leaving, so it does bump the order down a bit. He's going to finish ahead of driver 206, CJ Viper, 0C, Zeppa's retired, Albertoli, so it will be, looks like Mark Music going to be the last driver to cross the line here. But yeah, that was a a very, very entertaining double sprint Saturday following all of the crashing and collisions, but it is entertaining probably for the wrong reasons. I think it's a shout out to HSR Storm, which has to be the overall driver of the day, because he has got pole and he has become the first driver, I do believe, to win a double sprint, double header and win both the races. A fantastic drive by Storm. He is my driver of the day overall. Yeah, we will give Potencia the driver of the race for race number 2, and I forget who the driver of the day was for race 1, but someone will have to remind me. But well done to everyone involved. Well done to the podium sitters, and yeah, Tony Doc saying go Lynch, go, well done. Yeah, I think Lynch does a fantastic job by him. Just unfortunately his first race was ruined there. MS Dylan saying, in my opinion, Storm has just been lucky. That's the only reason he's won. Yeah, it's an unpopular opinion, I think. But yeah, fantastic little stream, guys. If you are with me tonight in about, well, just probably 2 hours, obviously following practice, at 7 p.m, the IXR Mini Championship final round kicks off. I think MS Dylan, you're racing in that one, aren't you? But yeah, that should be quite an interesting championship race. I look forward to that one. So yeah, join me back. I think the stream will probably start, I can't remember exactly how long the practice is for. I think it's about a 10-15 minute practice. So sometime about 7:15, 7 p.m. BST. So like I said, in about 2 hours from now, hop back in. I'd love to have a chat with you all. Dylan saying he's not racing. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, a great little stream, and I'll see you all again in a couple of hours. Bye-bye for now.